Most riders today unknowingly cut their tire lifespan in half the time, without even knowing, and it's costing you serious money. Applying basic methods like covering your tires or applying UV protectant when parking outside for long periods seems to work in the short term, but do they guarantee the longevity of your tires in the long term? Not certain. But what if there are better ways to significantly prolong your motorcycle's tires wear life? Well, that's what we are discussing in today's video. So stay with me as I uncover a few simple tricks you can employ today to make your tires last twice as long and also stay safe on the road. So let's get into it. The first one I will discuss is perhaps the most common yet overlooked issue affecting tire longevity. Most riders often fail to check pressure regularly, often riding with pressure that are 5 to 10 psi off optimal levels. But how do I know this? A 2023 motorcycle safety survey found that nearly 65% of riders check tire pressure less than once a month, despite this being the single most controllable factor in tire wear. I think you will agree with me when I say incorrect tire pressure fundamentally alters how your tire interacts with the road surface. This is not even about tire wear. It directly impacts your safety, and this may even further expose you to catastrophic occurrences. Underinflated tires often flex excessively. They generate internal heat that breaks down rubber compounds prematurely. Overinflation, on the other hand, creates a ground contact patch, concentrating wear in the center section while reducing grip in corners. Either condition compromises handling precisely when you need performance the most, during emergency maneuvers or in challenging road conditions. Moreover, improper inflation is a leading contributor to catastrophic tire failures that can result in high-speed accidents. But here's the crazy part. Underinflation not only fundamentally alters how the tire interacts with the road surface, it also often allows excessive sidewall flexing during cornering and acceleration. This repeated flexing generates heat, which is the #1 enemy of rubber compounds. And gradually, as temperature rises above 200 degrees Fahrenheit inside an underinflated tire, the rubber's molecule bonds will begin to break down, which causes the tire to wear out more quickly. Overinflation, on the other hand, essentially turns your tire into a rigid hoop with minimal compliance. The reduced contact patch concentrates all forces onto a narrow strip down the center of the tire, causing premature center wear while leaving the shoulders virtually untouched. This also reduces your tire's ability to absorb road irregularities, transmitting more shock to the suspension and chassis. The fix? Number 1. Maintain proper manufacturer-specified tire pressure consistently. But what exactly does that mean? Maintaining tire pressures at the manufacturer-specified level, not the maximum PSI stamped on the tire sidewall, creates the optimal balance between wear resistance and performance. The correct pressure establishes the designed contact patch shape, distributing wear evenly across the tire surface. This allows the tire to flex appropriately without generating excessive heat, maximizing the lifespan of the rubber compounds. Studies show that maintaining correct pressure can extend tire life by up to 30 to 50% compared to improper inflation, potentially doubling longevity when combined with other proper maintenance practices. So here's how you apply it. 1. Check tire pressure exclusively when tires are cold, assuming you have not ridden for at least 3 hours, as heat from riding can increase pressure readings by 3 to 5 psi. 2. Invest in a high-quality digital pressure gauge with an accuracy of plus or minus 0.5 psi, rather than relying on gas station gauges, which can be 2 to 3 psi off. 3. Consult your motorcycle's owner manual or the sticker typically located on the swing arm for the correct pressures, which often differs between front and rear tires. 4. Establish a routine of checking pressure weekly and before any long rides. If your motorcycles have been sitting for more than 2 weeks, check before riding, as tires naturally lose 1 to 2 psi per month. Finally, consider seasonal adjustments. Some manufacturers recommend slightly lower pressures, 1 to 2 psi, in colder weather to maintain proper tire flexibility. So after you might have been managing your tire pressure so well, there is one thing you are most likely ignoring when it comes to maintaining your motorcycle tires. Hard acceleration, heavy braking, and aggressive cornering most often constitute a riding style that places extreme demands on motorcycle tires. This approach involves frequently spinning up the rear tire during aggressive launches, locking or near locking the front wheel during panic stops, and pushing to maximum lean angles with abrupt transitions between upright and full lean. Now, let me explain. Small changes in how you ride can have a much bigger impact on how your tire wears than you expect. Your constant habit of taking sharper turns, braking harder, or accelerating quickly won't just make your tires wear out a little bit faster, but also wear out a lot faster. Data from tire manufacturers does show that aggressive riding doesn't just increase moderately, but can also accelerate it by factors of 2 to 4 times compared to moderate riding on identical routes. The more you engage your motorcycle in aggressive acceleration, the more it scrubs away microscopically thin layers of rubber through wheel spin. Hard braking, on the other hand, creates flat spots and irregular wear patterns that compromise the tire's overall integrity. Not even many riders know the much damage aggressive cornering does to their tires. Aggressive cornering often generates extreme heat in the shoulder areas, particularly when performed repeatedly without allowing cooling periods. The combined effect of all these forces does not only wear tires faster, but also degrades it unevenly. These handling issues make riding even tougher on the tires, causing them to wear even faster, which makes the problem worse over time. When you accelerate hard, the driving force from the chain or belt creates tremendous shearing forces between the rubber and the road surface. At the microscopic level, rubber molecules are literally being torn away from the tire. During aggressive cornering, lateral forces compress the tire sidewall while stretching the opposite side, creating internal friction that generates heat exceeding 200 degrees Fahrenheit in the contact patch. Do you see how serious that is? This heat softens the rubber compounds, making them more susceptible to wear and deformation. Unlike track tires designed with softer compounds that provide maximum grip for short durations, street tires must balance grip with longevity, a balance that aggressive riding disrupts fundamentally. The fix. Number 2. Adopt a moderate riding style. Adopting a more moderate riding style for everyday use creates the optimal balance between enjoyment and tire preservation. This doesn't mean riding slowly. Rather, it means applying input smoothly and progressively while staying within 70 to 80% of your tire's performance envelope during regular riding. So, how do you apply this? 1. Ensure you practice progressive braking by applying front brake pressure in a smooth, increasing arc rather than grabbing a handful immediately. 2. Build braking force over the first second of brake application to allow the tire contact patch to establish optimal pressure distribution. For acceleration, roll on throttle smoothly, especially when exiting corners, allowing the rear tire to hook up completely before applying full power. Also on corner entry, brake in a straight line when possible, and release brakes smoothly before initiating lean. 3. Build up lean angles progressively rather than throwing the bike into corners, giving the tire time to establish its contact patch as lean increases. Finally, develop awareness of tire temperature. Allow cooling periods after hard riding sections by moderating your pace for several minutes, particularly before stopping completely. But applying a moderate driving style is not enough. You need to be aware of how riding on poor road conditions jeopardizes your motorcycle's tires. Riding on rough surfaces, over debris, or in extreme temperature subjects motorcycle tires to environmental stressors that accelerate wear far beyond parameters. Poor road conditions like heavily potholed or cracked asphalt, chip-sealed surfaces with loose aggregate, gravel-strewn corners, rough patches from utility work, and roads with oil slicks or chemical contaminants. Let me break this down for you. Road surface quality directly determines how quickly your tire compounds break down. Each impact against a sharp edge creates microscopic cuts in the rubber, which propagates into larger issues over time. Rough road surfaces act like continuous sandpaper, wearing tread far faster than smooth roads. Even premium tires with advanced compounds cannot withstand these conditions. The cumulative effect of these environmental factors can reduce tire lifespan by half or more compared to ideal conditions, regardless of tire quality or cost. Do you now see how poor road conditions affect your tires? Rough surface with high coefficients physically removes rubber particles through mechanical abrasion. Small, sharp aggregate in chip-sealed or deteriorating asphalt acts like countless tiny knives, creating micro tears in the rubber compound that grow larger with each revolution. Impact against potholes or road debris causes momentary deformation beyond design limit, also potentially damaging the tire's internal structure or breaking molecular bonds in the rubber compound. The fix number 3. Ensure strategic route planning and adaptation. Strategic route planning and adaptive riding technique can dramatically reduce your tire wearing out unnecessarily without sacrificing riding enjoyment. By combining intelligent pre-ride preparation with real-time adaptation to changing conditions, you can potentially double tire lifespan while riding the same overall mileage. Developing situation-specific responses to different road hazards creates a systematic approach to tire preservation. This strategy involves both proactive and reactive elements, pre-selecting routes with better surface quality. So, how do you apply this? 1. Choose routes with better surfaces by utilizing motorcycle-specific forums and apps where riders share road condition reports. When planning longer trips, it is a good practice that you research recent construction or chip sealing operations along your route. 2. Position your motorcycle to avoid road shoulder areas where debris concentrates, and use the tracks worn by car tires, which tend to sweep roads clean. 3. Develop a light touch approach for rough surfaces, slightly loosening your grip and allowing the suspension to work without transferring excessive control inputs. 4. After rides, inspect tires thoroughly for embedded objects, even small metal fragments or sharp stones. Remove them carefully with appropriate tools rather than fingers. Finally, consider adjusting tire pressure by 1 to 2 psi, which is still within manufacturer recommendations. Based on road conditions, slightly lower pressure on extreme rough surfaces. This can reduce impact damage, while slightly higher pressure on smooth, hot roads can reduce heat buildup from excessive flexing. So, there you have it, riders. We've covered 3 critical areas that can double the lifespan of your motorcycle tires. First, proper tire pressure maintenance isn't just about following a number. It's about creating the optimal contact patch that distributes wear evenly and prevents the excessive heat that breaks down rubber compounds. Second, your riding style makes a massive difference. Those aggressive accelerations, hard braking, and sharp cornering might feel exhilarating, but they're literally tearing away layers of your tires with each ride. Adopting a smoother, more progressive approach doesn't mean sacrificing fun. It means riding smarter. And finally, being strategic about where and how you ride can save you from the constant sandpaper effect of poor road surfaces. A little road planning and adaptation to conditions goes a long way. Remember, implementing these 3 simple practices could potentially double your tire life, saving you hundreds of dollars annually while keeping you safer on the road. The choice is yours. Continue replacing tires at twice the rate necessary, or make these small adjustments and enjoy more miles from every set. If you found this information valuable, be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss our next video on motorcycle maintenance secrets. Ride safe, and I'll see you in the next one.